welcome to our deep dive into the Grammys.
Ooh, the Grammys.
Yeah, today we're going to time travel
Time travel.
to the music of 2011
Okay.
and 2021.
Oh, right.
So we can compare
Uh-huh.
and contrast the music
Yeah.
of those 2 years.
Okay. Awesome.
You know, sometimes a song
Yeah.
can just bring you back
Oh, for sure.
to like a specific moment
Totally.
in your life.
Yeah.
We're going to do that,
Okay.
but with 2 whole years
Wow. 2 whole years.
of music.
I love that idea.
All right, so let's jump in
Let's do it.
to year 2021.
2021. All right.
And we're going to start
Let's
with
do it.
the Album of the Year category.
All right. The big one.
Yeah. And this year we had a really interesting mix
Yeah, okay.
of nominees.
Awesome.
So we had Chilombo by Shanae Aiko.
Uh-huh.
We had Donda
Okay.
by Kanye West
All right.
and Evermore from Taylor Swift.
And Taylor Swift, at this point, was already a Grammy veteran.
Oh, for sure.
With multiple wins under her belt across different categories. Really shows her longevity as an artist, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then there was We Are by Jean-Baptiste.
Yeah.
Such a powerful album, and I think it really resonated
Mm-hmm.
with the kind of social and political climate
Yeah.
at the time. And Women in Music Part 3
Yeah.
by Haim,
Okay.
who are pushing those pop rock boundaries.
So out of all of those nominees,
Yeah.
who won the award in 2021?
The award went to Jean-Baptiste
Okay.
for We Are,
Right.
and it was his first win
Okay.
in this category, cementing him as a
Yeah.
major force in the industry.
Absolutely.
But what I find really interesting about this is
Yeah.
his album was almost a direct response to what was happening
Yeah.
in 2020
For sure.
and 2021.
Socially, politically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It wasn't just an album. You know,
Amazing.
it was a
You
statement.
could feel that energy in the music.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay, so let's move on to another big category,
Yeah.
Record of the Year,
Okay.
which recognizes the overall performance of a
Yeah.
song.
Uh-huh.
And in 2021,
Yeah.
we had Leave the Door Open,
Okay.
which was by Silk Sonic.
So Sonic, yeah, the supergroup Bruno Mars
Right.
and Anderson .Paak,
Yes,
both successful Grammy winners in their own right
that's right.
already.
We also had
Yeah.
Peaches
Okay.
by Justin Bieber,
Uh-huh.
featuring Daniel Caesar
Right.
and Giveon.
Yeah.
And then Kiss Me More
Okay.
by Doja Cat
Uh-huh.
and SZA,
Yeah.
which was kind of this like,
It was
it was
Like
like the anthem.
a female empowerment.
Yeah, totally.
And then Olivia Rodrigo,
Yes.
who kind of burst onto the scene
Yeah, she was a newcomer
this year
at this point.
with Driver's License.
Yeah.
And then Billie Eilish
Yeah.
with Happier Than Ever.
Already a Grammy favorite
Yeah.
by this point.
So who won?
Record of the Year.
In 2021,
Mhm.
the Grammy went to
Okay.
Silk Sonic for Leave the Door Open,
Nice.
celebrating collaboration, you know?
Yeah.
That kind of like throwback to classic soul duos, but with a fresh modern energy.
Absolutely.
You know.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we've talked about Album of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about Record of the Year.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about Song of the Year,
Song of the Year,
which focuses on,
craft of songwriting.
yeah, the words and the music.
Exactly. Less about the performance. Yeah.
So this year we had Bad Habits
Okay.
by Ed Sheeran.
Yeah. A global chart topper
Yeah.
at the time.
Leave the Door Open
Back again.
was nominated again.
Yeah. Showing its strength as both a
Yeah.
performance and a composition.
Olivia Rodrigo
Yeah.
with Driver's License
Yeah.
was nominated again.
Amazing songwriting talent straight out the gate.
HER was nominated for Fight for You. And if you remember, she had previously won
Yeah.
a Grammy for Song of the Year.
Yeah.
And then Peaches was nominated again.
Peaches is back, highlighting the collaborative songwriting behind it.
With all of those.
So many talented songwriters
Sure.
who took home the Grammys.
The winner
Yeah.
was Olivia Rodrigo
Rodrigo.
for Driver's License.
Oh.
And this was her first Grammy in this category.
Wow, what a nice.
It was like she just burst onto the scene, fully formed,
Yeah.
already a master storyteller.
It's fascinating how a song can
Yeah.
capture such a specific cultural moment.
Yeah.
Driver's License resonated so deeply with, you know, young listeners dealing with heartbreak and
Yeah.
the complexities of relationships
Wow.
in the age of social media.
Absolutely. It became an anthem
Yeah.
for like a generation.
It really did.
So speaking of new talent,
Yes.
let's talk about the Best New Artist category.
Always an exciting one.
Yeah, and in 2021,
Yeah.
it was a really,
A diverse bunch.
yeah,
For sure.
diverse group of nominees.
Yeah.
So we had Arouj Aftab,
Uh-huh.
who is this Pakistani-American singer.
Okay.
And she blends Sufi music
Yeah.
with modern sounds.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then we had Jimmy Allen,
Okay.
country artist,
Yeah.
known for his heartfelt lyrics.
Uh-huh.
Baby Keem was nominated.
Okay, the rapper with that innovative style.
And then Phineas,
Oh, wow,
the
Phineas.
singer-songwriter,
Yeah.
who was also known for his work with his sister Billie Eilish.
Yeah.
And then Glass Animals,
Okay.
the British band,
Yeah.
known for creating these dreamy soundscapes.
Yeah.
Japanese Breakfast,
Uh-huh.
led by Michelle Zauner,
Okay.
bringing their unique blend
Yeah.
of indie rock and personal storytelling
Yeah.
to the table. The Kid Laroi,
Okay.
the Australian rapper,
Yeah,
with catchy melodies.
for sure.
And Arlo Parks,
Rella Parks, yeah.
the British singer-songwriter,
Yeah.
known for her soulful voice.
Uh-huh.
And then Sweaty, rounding out the category.
Yeah.
The rapper.
With her confident style
Yeah.
and those infectious beats
So who took
out
home?
of that incredible lineup.
Yeah, who was crowned
Yeah.
Best New Artist?
The Grammys went to
Okay.
Olivia Rodrigo.
Wow, another one.
She had a huge night, didn't she?
Yeah.
Winning 3 awards
Right.
really solidified her as a force
Yeah,
to be reckoned with.
absolutely.
And I think what's also really interesting about her win is,
Yeah.
you know, it also speaks to the changing demographics
Well,
of the Grammy voters,
yeah.
showing how the Academy is becoming more inclusive,
Yeah.
you know, representative
Representative.
of younger generations.
Right.
Okay, so we've covered
Yeah.
the major categories
Yeah.
for 2021.
2021.
Now, let's rewind.
Let's rewind.
2011,
2011. This was like,
a totally different era
yeah, totally depth.
for streaming really dominated.
Like CDs
Yeah.
were still a thing.
Yeah.
Social media was just
Starting to take off.
just kind of bubbling up.
Yeah.
So let's see
Let's see.
how this shift is reflected
Okay.
in the nominees and winners
Okay.
of 2011.
All right.
So let's start
Yeah.
with Album of the Year.
Album of the year.
And
But,
this
yeah,
year,
good Lord.
the nominees
Yeah.
were a really fascinating mix.
Fascinating mix.
So we had The Suburbs by Arcade Fire.
Okay.
Lady Gaga was nominated for The Fame Monster,
Uh-huh.
which was a re-release
Yeah.
of her debut album
Right.
with some bonus tracks.
Yeah.
Then we have Lady Antebellum,
Okay.
Need You Now,
Yeah.
which is this huge
It was huge.
country crossover hit.
Yeah.
And then we had Eminem's Recovery,
Oh, recovering.
which was a really raw
Yeah.
and introspective look at his struggles
Yeah.
with addiction.
Right.
And then we have Katy Perry,
Okay.
Teenage Dream,
Yeah. Yeah.
which was like this
snapshot of the pop music landscape at the time.
of that time.
It really was.
Yeah, it was a battle.
Battle of the Titans.
Yeah.
Really.
But before you tell me who won,
Mm-hmm.
you mentioned Lady Gaga
Yeah.
and Eminem
Yeah.
were both nominated.
Yes.
Did either of them have
Oh, that's a great question.
any
The previous Grammy wins?
yeah
Yeah.
or nominations?
So Lady Gaga actually had already won
Okay.
several Grammys
Oh wow.
for her debut album, The Fame,
Okay.
the year before.
All right.
And Eminem was already a Grammy veteran
Okay.
by this point,
Yeah.
with wins across multiple categories.
Okay, so back to the big reveal.
Yeah.
Who won Album of the Year?
In 2011,
In 2011.
the Grammys went to Arcade Fire for The Suburbs.
Interesting.
There's a surprising win for
Right,
many
yeah.
as they beat out
Yeah.
some major
Pop stars.
pop stars. Yeah. But I think it shows that
I get
even back then,
Yeah.
you know, the
Yeah.
Academy was willing to recognize
Okay.
artistry
Yeah.
and experimentation
For sure.
beyond, you know,
Yeah.
mainstream commercial success.
Absolutely. Shook things up a bit.
Yeah, shook things up for sure.
Okay, so let's move on to Record of the Year.
Oh, okay.
In 2011,
2011.
the nominees were...
All right, so we had Nothing on You by B.O.B.
Uh-huh.
featuring Bruno Mars,
Okay,
early in Bruno's career.
right.
But you can already hear
Yeah,
those vocal
yeah,
talents.
absolutely.
And then we have Eminem
Okay,
featuring Rihanna for Love the Way You Lie,
yeah,
exploring a toxic relationship.
yeah,
A huge hit that year.
yeah, for sure.
Lady Antebellum back again with Need You Now, which was also nominated
Yeah.
for Album of the Year.
Right.
Really showing its widespread popularity.
For sure.
And then we had CeeLo Green's Fruxy,
Okay.
a very controversial
Yeah.
but undeniably catchy song.
Catchy.
Yeah.
That really kind of encapsulates.
Captured the rebellious spirit
Yeah.
of the times.
Absolutely.
And then finally we had Empire State of Mind
Yeah.
by Jay-Z featuring Alicia Keys.
Yeah.
And that song was an anthem
Yeah.
for New York City.
Absolutely.
But I think it resonated with people
Yeah.
far beyond the city limits.
For sure.
You know, it was about more than just a place. It was about
Yeah.
chasing dreams, overcoming obstacles.
Right. So with such a diverse...
Such a diverse group of nominees.
Yeah.
Who won the Grammys?
Who won in
2011 into
the Grammy went to Lady Antebellum.
Okay, for Needy 9.
Wow. Another one.
Another big night for them.
Yeah.
You know, they also won Album of the Year.
Yeah.
And their music really tapped into,
Yeah.
I think, the emotional landscape
For sure.
of the time.
Absolutely.
Those themes of longing and connection
Yeah.
really resonating with a wide audience.
Okay, so now let's talk about
Okay.
Song of the Year
Song of the Year,
for 2011.
2011.
So remember, this
Yeah.
award
Songwriters.
focuses on the songwriting.
Yes.
Okay, so,
Who were the nominees?
well, we had Ray LaMontagne,
Okay.
known for those soulful vocals,
Yeah.
was nominated for Beg, Steal, or Borrow.
Right.
CeeLo Green's Fluck You Back Again.
Wow.
You know,
Okay.
despite its provocative title,
Yeah.
got a nod here.
Yeah.
Really showing the impact of its songwriting.
Yeah.
Then there was Miranda Lambert,
Okay.
who got a nomination for The House That Built Me,
Uh-huh.
that deeply personal song
Yeah.
that resonated with a lot of country fans.
Yeah. And then Love the Way You Lie by Eminem featuring Rihanna
Right.
was nominated again,
Wow.
highlighting the power of that songwriting collaboration.
Yeah, for sure.
And then, of course, Lady Antebellum nominated again
Oh.
for Need You Now,
All right.
showcasing its strength,
Yeah.
both as a performance
Now-
and as a composition.
It's interesting to see a song dominate.
Yeah,
that.
culminate multiple categories.
Yeah.
I think it really speaks to the overall impact
Right.
of the song on, you know,
Yeah.
both listeners and
All right.
industry professionals.
So who won
Yeah.
Song of the Year?
It was another win
Okay.
for Lady Antebellum,
Oh, yeah.
again, for Need You Now.
Wow. They swept.
They swept the major categories that year.
I missed that.
You know,
Wow.
really shows, I think that, you know, those heartfelt lyrics,
Uh-huh.
catchy melodies,
Yeah.
really struck a chord with audiences.
Okay. Let's move on
Okay.
to Best New Artist
Best New Artist.
for 2011.
Always fun to look back on this category
I know. It's so...
and see how these artists have evolved
Yeah.
over time.
Right.
So in 2011,
Yeah.
the nominees were a real mix
Yeah.
of styles and personalities.
For sure.
We had Justin Bieber,
Okay.
the teenage pop sensation,
Yeah.
whose debut album had already,
Yeah.
you know,
Made him a superstar.
made him a global superstar.
Right.
Drake, the Canadian rapper,
Uh-huh.
was starting to make a name for himself,
Yeah.
you know, with those introspective lyrics.
Yeah.
Florence, plus The Machine,
Okay.
the British indie rock band,
Yeah.
led by the incredible Florence Welch, nominated
Okay.
for that
Yeah.
ethereal sound.
Mm-hmm.
Then there was Mumford and Sons, that British folk rock band
Right.
with those banjo-driven melodies.
Yeah.
And then finally Esperanza Spalding,
Okay.
the jazz bassist and vocalist
So-
who was already known
Ah.
for that virtuosic musical talent.
Wow. So who was crowned?
Out of that talented group,
Yeah.
Best New Artist,
In 2011.
the Grammy went
Ah,
to
Okay.
Esperanza Spalding.
Wow.
A surprise for many as she beat out
Yeah.
the major pop stars.
Right.
But I think her win
Yeah.
showed that the Recording Academy
Mm.
was willing to recognize
Okay.
talent and artistry
Yeah.
outside of the mainstream,
Right.
you know, is a big moment for jazz
Yeah.
music
Yeah.
and for female musicians.
Absolutely.
So
Really made people
it did.
up and take notice.
Yeah.
So we've covered all the major categories
Yeah, we have.
in both 2021
Uh-huh.
and 2011.
2011.
And it's amazing to see how much
Yeah.
the music landscape
Yeah.
can change in just a decade.
Absolutely. It's like
Right.
two different snapshots of musical trends, isn't it?
Totally.
The sound and the themes,
Yeah.
even the production techniques,
Right.
noticeably different.
Yeah. And I think in 2021, it really felt like
Uh-huh.
hip hop and R&B
Yeah.
were
Yeah.
really at the forefront.
At the forefront,
Yeah.
for sure.
So you had John Batiste
Yeah.
blending
yeah.
jazz and soul,
Mm-hmm.
Doja Cat and SCA,
Yep.
bringing contemporary R&B,
Uh,
and then, of course, Silk Sonic
Silk Sonic.
for those retro soul vibes.
Yeah. I think that shift towards,
Yeah.
hip hop and R&B as those dominant genres is really fascinating, especially when you compare it to 2011
Yeah.
back then.
Yeah.
It felt like pop was still king.
Right.
Katy Perry, Lady Gaga,
Yeah.
ruling the charts.
And country music
Yeah.
had a strong presence.
Yeah. Lady Antebellum.
With Lady Antebellum.
Yeah.
And let's not forget
Yeah.
that indie rock scene
Indie rock was there
in
too.
2011.
Yeah.
Arcade Fire winning album of the year.
That was a big deal.
It was a big deal.
Yeah.
It felt like there was more
Yeah.
of a balance
Yeah.
between genres
For sure.
back then.
It's interesting to think about how the rise of streaming might have influenced,
Right. Yeah.
these shifts.
Right, because in 2011.
Yeah, 2011 was still very much
Yeah.
albums and
Yeah.
radio play,
Yeah.
But by 2021,
Yeah.
streaming was the dominant force,
Right.
allowing artists to connect
Yeah.
directly with their fans and build audiences
Right.
across genres.
And streaming
Yeah.
has definitely
Blurred the line.
blurred the lines.
Between
Genres allowing for
more experimentation,
Yeah.
more discovery.
Yeah. And for listeners to
Yeah.
find new music
Yeah.
more easily.
So much easier.
But it's not
First
just
like
about
that.
genres.
Yeah, it's also about
It's about the sound,
the sound.
the feel of
Oh.
the music.
So can you talk a little bit about
Yeah.
the sonic landscape?
Yeah, the sonic landscape
Okay,
of each year.
Year.
Yeah, so 2021 sonically
Okay.
felt very layered
Okay.
and introspective.
Yeah.
Think about Billie Eilish's
Yep.
Happier Than Ever.
Uh-huh.
The production is intricate,
Okay.
lush harmonies,
Yeah.
blend of acoustic and
Electronic.
electronic
Oh, yeah.
elements.
Yeah. It's just
Creates this almost cinematic soundscape
right.
that draws you in.
Yes. I totally get what you mean.
Yeah.
There's like a depth
That,
and a
yeah.
complexity to the
Yeah.
production
Yeah.
that kind of mirrors
Yeah.
the emotional
Yeah.
depth
The emotional depth of the music.
of the music itself.
Yes.
What about 2011?
Well, 2011 sonically was bolder, more anthemic.
Yeah.
It was the era of big pop hooks,
Uh-huh.
arena-ready rock anthems.
Right?
Think about Katy Perry's
Yeah.
Teenage Dream.
Yeah.
It was all about those big sing-along choruses.
Yeah.
And then you had bands like Mumford & Sons
Uh-huh.
bringing in that folk pop sound,
Right.
which also had a very anthemic quality.
Yes.
It was music that was meant to be experienced
Mhm.
collectively,
Yeah.
at concerts and festivals.
It had this
Thanks,
energy
energy.
and optimism that 2011 music had.
Yeah,
It's interesting
it is interesting.
to hear you describe it that way. It's
Yeah.
almost like the sonic landscape mirrors the mood
Yeah, the overall mood.
of each year.
I think so.
So 2011, pre-recession,
Yeah, pre-recession.
like a sense of hopefulness.
Yeah, hopefulness.
And then 2021.
Still grappling with the pandemic.
Right.
A lot more introspection
Yeah.
of vulnerability in the music.
Yeah, for sure.
I think music often reflects,
Yeah.
the social and political
Yeah.
climate
Yeah.
of the time. Absolutely.
And I think that's one of the things that
Yeah.
makes looking back at these Grammy
Yeah.
years
Uh-huh.
so fascinating.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's not just about the music itself.
Yeah.
It's about what the music tells us about the world
Yeah.
at that moment.
So speaking of looking back,
Yeah.
it's interesting to see
Mm-hmm.
how some artists have evolved.
Oh, for sure.
So we mentioned Bruno Mars earlier.
Bruno Mars.
He was featured on
Yeah.
Nothing on You
Right.
by B.O.B.
Yeah.
In 2011,
Uh-huh.
which was like a catchy
Pop tune.
catchy pop tune.
Mhm.
But then
Uh-huh.
in 2021,
Yeah.
he had formed Silk Sonic,
Right. With Anderson
right, with
Paak.
Anderson .Paak.
Yeah.
And they were channeling
Yeah. Completely different vibe.
completely different vibe.
Yeah, with that
Yeah.
smooth retro soul sound.
It's a testament
It is.
to his versatility.
It really is.
He can move between genres
Yeah.
and still maintain.
It's that unique vocal style.
Yeah. And that charisma.
Yeah, and his charisma.
It is,
And he's not
and he's not the only one
the only artist
who's shown that kind of growth.
Yeah, who has shown that.
Let's talk about Taylor Swift.
Oh, Taylor.
Yeah.
She's always been this
Fascinating case study.
fascinating case study of
Artistic evolution.
artistic evolution.
Right. Yeah.
So in 2011,
yeah.
she was nominated for The Fame Monster.
Right.
Yeah.
Which was very much a pop album.
Very pop.
But still
Yeah,
rooted in
country roots.
country roots.
Yeah. And then fast forward
fast forward to 2021.
to 2021.
She's nominated for Evermore,
Yeah.
which is a folk
infused.
Yeah, folk infused
album
that is much more
introspective and mature.
I
mean, her trajectory is remarkable.
It's remarkable.
She's consistently pushed her creative boundaries, exploring different
genres and themes.
Yeah,
while maintaining
this incredibly loyal fan base.
It's
pretty amazing.
It's proof.
It is proof
that artists can grow and change.
Yeah. And their audience.
Yeah, their audience can grow and change with them.
Can go along with them.
Yeah. What I admire about Taylor Swift is that ability to connect with her fans on this deeply personal level.
Yeah.
She writes songs that
feel like they're speaking to you directly.
Even as she's experimenting with different sounds and styles.
It's true.
Yeah.
She's a master storyteller.
She is.
And speaking of storytelling, let's talk about Eminem.
Okay, Eminem.
He was nominated in 2011 for Recovery. Which was very personal and raw.
Yeah.
Dealing with
addiction,
the struggles and addiction.
And then by 2021, he had become
a hip-hop icon. Performing at the Super Bowl halftime show.
It's amazing.
It is amazing.
To see how far he's come. Recovery.
Wow. Yeah, it was a powerful album. But dark.
But very dark.
Yeah, and then in 2021...
Yeah, he seemed
like he was...
more at peace with himself.
Yeah.
Reflecting on his legacy.
Yeah.
And his impact.
On music. Yeah, it's like...
Like he'd come full circle.
Yeah, he'd come full circle.
Yeah.
It's a reminder.
It is a reminder. So, artists
are human beings.
Human beings with their own journeys.
Yeah.
Their own struggles.
Their own
triumphs.
And their music often reflects.
Yeah, and their music often reflects
those experiences. It's what makes it.
Yeah, it's what makes it
so relatable. So we've talked about a lot. The changing landscape of music. Between 2011
and
2021.
And 2021.
The rise
of hip hop
and R&B.
Evolution
of streaming. You know, and
we talked about
the
artistic journeys
of some of these.
Of some key players. Before we wrap up,
I want to go back to something that you said earlier about music reflecting
the social and political
climate of the time. Yeah.
Can we delve
a little deeper into
that?
Yeah.
What cultural moments?
The specific cultural moments or events
do you think influenced the music of these two
Grammy years? Yeah, I mean, it's like music acts as
like this incredible time capsule.
Yeah,
capturing not just the sounds, but the feelings.
Yeah.
And anxiety.
The anxieties
of a particular moment.
I think that's why. These deep dives.
Yeah, these deep dives.
Are so fascinating.
They're
not just looking at.
Yeah, we're not just looking at a list.
Like a list.
Of songs or awards.
Yeah.
We're unearthing a whole cultural landscape.
Well, unearthing a whole cultural
landscape.
Absolutely.
Pretty amazing. So
2011. It was post-recession. People were still rebuilding,
finding their footing.
Yeah, finding their footing.
Do you think that
influenced the music?
I
think so.
Yeah.
I think you had this interesting mix of escapism and realism in the music.
Okay.
On the one hand, you had Katy Perry's Teenage Dream, which was all about youthful exuberance, living in the moment.
Right.
But then you also had albums like Arcade Fire's The Suburbs, which explored themes of disillusionment, anxiety, in a more nuanced way.
It was a reflection.
It was like a reflection of the collective mood, trying to find a balance between hope and reality.
Yeah, that's a really insightful observation.
Yeah.
It's like music was offering.
Yeah, it was offering both an escape from the anxieties of the time and a way to
process them.
Yeah,
what about 2021?
Well, 2021 was obviously heavily shaped by
the pandemic,
the ongoing pandemic. I mean, there was this
sense of
isolation, uncertainty, collective grief.
Yeah,
that really permeated the music
Think about
Olivia Rodrigo's Driver's License.
Driver's License.
It was a song about heartbreak.
Yeah.
But I think it also resonated with people who were feeling isolated. Longing for connection during lockdown.
Yeah, and it wasn't
just
the lyrics. It was also
the sonic landscape.
Yeah, the sonic landscape.
Remember how we talked about that layered
introspective
production style
of 2021. It
was almost like artists were creating soundtracks for our inner worlds, reflecting the introspection
and certainty of the time. And we can't forget the social and political movements.
Yeah, the social and political movements
that were happening
in 2020 and 2021.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
The Black Lives Matter movement, the fight for social justice. All of these things were influencing artists and finding their way into the music.
Jean Baptiste, We Are.
It's
such a powerful example. Of that.
Yeah.
Celebrating Black resilience. Cultural identity. It's incredible how...
music can capture these
complex emotions. And social movements.
Yeah, and social movement.
Yeah,
Giving voice
to the voiceless. Yeah.
Creating a sense of solidarity.
Among listeners. It's like music becomes
through a shared language.
Yeah, for processing. These difficult but important conversations. I think that's what makes music so powerful.
It can be a form.
It can be a form of protest. A source of healing. A way to connect with others. Yeah.
And a catalyst
for
social change. It's all of those things.
It's all of those things at once. Yeah.
And it's amazing to see how artists use their platform to amplify
these important messages.
You know, it's not just
about entertainment.
It's
about using
their voice
to make a difference.
In the world.
You know,
it's a reminder that music is more than just sound. It's a reflection. Of our humanity. Our struggles, our hopes. And our dreams.
Mm-hmm. So as we wrap up this deep dive into the Grammys of 2011 and 2021,
okay,
I think it's important to acknowledge that.
Music is constantly evolving.
Yeah, constantly evolving.
What we're seeing now is just
a snapshot
in time.
Who knows what the
Grammy landscape
will look like in another decade. That's the beauty of it.
I know, that's the beauty of it.
Music is this.
Music is a
living, breathing
art form. It's always changing, reflecting the world around it.
Yeah, reflecting the world around it.
And who knows?
Maybe
some of the artists who are just starting out now will be the Grammy winners. We're in the future. You never know.
So before we sign off,
I'd
love to get your album recommendation.
Album recommendations.
For our listeners.
Right.
One from 2011.
Okay.
One from 2021.
Gotcha.
That you think really encapsulates the spirit of each
year. All right, so for 2011, I would recommend The Suburbs by Arcade Fire.
The Suburbs?
Yeah. It's an album that captures, I think, the complexities of modern life.
Yeah. The yearning for connection.
The disillusionment that can come with growing up. It's a timeless album that still resonates today.
I agree. Great choice.
Thanks.
And for 2021, I think I have to go with Sour by Olivia Rodrigo.
Sour, yeah.
It's just so raw.
It's so raw.
Honest. Portrayal of teenage heartbreak.
Coming of age.
And the digital age.
It really captures
that
vulnerability.
Yeah.
And intensity.
Intensity of that time.
Yeah.
In life.
I loved
those picks. They're picks. They're both
such powerful albums.
They're so powerful that really capture
the essence
of their respective years.
Yeah.
This has been such a fascinating conversation.
Thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure.
For joining me on this musical journey through time.
I always love exploring the world of music.
The world of music.
Discovering those.
Yeah, hidden connections.
Those hidden connections.
Between sound and culture.
Between sound and culture.
You know.
And to our listeners.
Yes.
Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed.
Yeah, we hope you enjoyed.
This deep dive into
Grammys.
The
Grammys.
We'll be back soon.
Yes, we'll be back soon.
With another fascinating topic.
Another fascinating topic.
To explore. Until then. Keep listening.
Keep learning.
Keep learning.
And keep those speakers humming.
Keep those speakers humming.